Hey, it's Megan. So, mainstream media have been spreading a lot of hype about a supposed breakthrough in nuclear fusion. And when I heard it, I knew instantly it was BS. And like, you don't even have to believe me. Like, they're consuming more energy to create these fusion reactions than they're actually getting from the fusion reactions. That's a net energy loss. So don't even believe me. Big Think, they're very reputable for science. They just published an article saying there is no breakthrough. And like, they've been announcing breakthroughs for like a while, but like, they're making little progress. They're not actually having real breakthroughs. And like, Big Think published an article like saying outright that they consumed more energy than they got out of it, like 130 times more energy that they needed to create than they got out of it. So like, sure, with the ignition, they got more energy than they got from the input into the laser. But then like, for all the energy combined, like going in to create the fusion, they consumed 130 times more energy to create it. So that's a net energy loss. So like, that's total fake news that the mainstream media is spreading, trying to claim like a breakthrough. I've even seen some mainstream media lie outright and say that they got more energy out of it than they put into it. That's not true. Look at the actual science. Like, even Big Think is saying that they literally consumed 130 times more energy than they got out of it. So like, people are literally falling for fake news and lies and hype from the nuclear industry. I just uploaded the documentary Antimatter Future late last week, and I even call out in the documentary saying like, what if there's something else to the sun? Like with dark matter, dark energy. Like, if that was true, then like, all these attempts for nuclear fusion are just a huge waste of time and money. And like, if money was invested into creating more efficient antimatter production in space, like having a particle accelerator that's more efficient in space, doesn't have to be as big, like that would be like something that would absolutely revolutionize everything. So like, instead of like society investing in that, governments and like big rich people, they're investing in nuclear fusion. And like, they just announced the breakthrough, and the breakthrough wasn't a real breakthrough. They're still consuming more energy than they put into it. That's net energy loss. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. Like, even if they do get it working at some point, let's say they put like 500 megawatts into creating a fusion reaction and they got, let's say, 550 megawatts out of it. That's like barely any gain. So like, even if it gets to that point, like, that's a huge cost just to get a small little gain. Like, why not just use renewable energy? With technology, hemp energy can literally be burned with practically no pollution and generate clean electricity with virtually no pollution, and actually be carbon like neutral or even carbon negative. You don't get that from nuclear fusion. With nuclear fusion, there's no sustainable cycle of plants healing the environment and the energy production cycle. So like, people thought there was a breakthrough in nuclear fusion. Sorry to burst your bubble. Do some research. There was no actual breakthrough.